Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to part 3 of the American Recovery series. We are starting to recover as a country. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, some sectors, some professions are starting to recover faster than others. Individuals with certain types of jobs, specifically the middle income earners and the high income earners, can work remotely and are starting to get back on their feet. Some states are actually recovering much faster than others, whereas some other states are still going through a difficult phase. Also, what's happening is different sectors within the industry, different sectors within the country are recovering at different rates. In this video, I'm going to focus on different spending patterns of the consumer. How are we spending money on household expenses? How we are spending money on travel, on entertainment, if anything, and how that's impacting the recovery across the country. Again, there is good news. We are starting to spend more money and we are starting to get back on track. Welcome everybody to video 3 of the American Recovery video series, where I analyze data from CNN Business and Moody's Analytics, and they came up with an index called the Back to Normal Index, which essentially gives us a glimpse into where we are right now as a country. It gives us an idea of how we've suffered in the last few months and how we've recovered, and it gives us a projection of what lies ahead. And most of the news is indeed good news. However, some parts of our economy are going to change permanently. Some jobs are going to be lost permanently. So there are going to be some viewers, some subscribers that will need to adjust and will need to adapt in this new economy that we live in. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with American Recovery Part 3 of this video series with Ignition Time. My name is Dr. Chhoda. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my introductory video on this YouTube channel. I have the privilege, the honor of living the American dream because I love this country and the country has been good to me and I want to pay it forward. That's what this channel is all about. I want to help you reach your American dream and get to the next level once we get through this crisis, and I will get you there. So definitely make sure you like, you subscribe, and you enable notifications, and also please share this video with family and friends so it gives them some motivation, gives them some hope, gives them some good news about a better future. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, and let's take a look at the first chart, which gives us a sense of the household expenses that we've been spending money on. And as you can expect, our household expenses went down significantly when the pandemic began, and now it's actually starting to come back rather sharply. So that is an encouraging sign. In other words, the essentials, I'm talking essentials like groceries, essentials like toilet paper, essentials like stuff around the house, we are starting to spend money and we are starting to recover there. But a lot of other sectors, as you'll see in the second half of this video, have a long way to go, and some of those sectors may never fully recover, which by the way would mean that those jobs are completely re-engineered, and you'll see that as you look at the data. So let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. As you can see on this chart, American spending on household expenses including food, clothing, housing, healthcare, transportation and recreation plunged in the beginning after the pandemic. March and April were absolutely horrible, but it's been rising since the low in April, and we are slowly getting back to the pre-pandemic levels, and I do believe we'll be back at the pre-pandemic levels very shortly. So that was that gave you a sense of the household expenses. Let's look at how the patterns changed over time, and you're looking at the baseline of 0, which is that horizontal line, pre-pandemic line. We fell down over 20% in terms of our spending because individuals were not sure what was going to happen. So individuals were conserving cash and the personal savings rate went up. We're still down 7.6% as of the most recent data. Now, consumer loans, this is very interesting. We're spending far less on credit cards than we did before the pandemic. There is a significant decline in consumer spending. A lot of individuals have actually paid off their credit cards, which is a smart thing to do with the unemployment benefit money. Restaurant reservations went down 100% in March and April. In other words, restaurants were dead in March and April, and now they started recovering gradually in May, and as of the most recent data, they're still down 47%. That means the restaurant industry, small businesses, small restaurants completely wiped out. That was a national trend. Let's take a look at the trend specific to some states like California, down 58%. Let's take a look at New Jersey, not as bad as California, as you probably saw in previous trends, down 39.3%. New York, down 60%, even worse than California. New York has a long way to go because they were the first to be impacted and they were hit the hardest. Florida, down 40%. 0.9% in terms of restaurant reservations. Still a long way to go to pre-pandemic levels. Box office sales, no one is going to the movies. Absolutely no one. As you can see, a significant decline in box office sales, and I don't think any of us are going to be going to the movies anytime soon. I'm not. Pay-per-view is the new reality, and everything's being released on demand online. Travel. You can see the comparison. The top chart is actually travel in 2019, and the bottom, the light blue, is the travel in 2020. You can see the significant reduction in 2020 versus 2019. Hotel occupancy, which is interesting, is actually starting to recover after being almost completely decimated in March and April, down anywhere from 50 to 70% at that time, and now starting to recover, and saw an uptick and then went back down again because we had a surge in several states across the country. And if you look at hotel occupancy across the country, and we're looking at a statewide map right now, the darker portions represent less than 60%. So what you're looking at on your screen is a change in hotel occupancy compared to the same time last year. The darker colors in red, those darker shades of red, represent a significant reduction in hotel occupancy, and those blue shades, and by the way, there are no blue shades, but the lighter shades represent that the hotel industry was not impacted as badly. So again, you can see that some states have had a significant impact, and other states, specifically the lighter shades, have not had that much of an impact. Again, this, and by the way, if you take a closer look at all three videos in the American Recovery video series, you'll see that there are some states that have done much better than others across the board. And there are others that have really taken the brunt of all the problems as far as hotels, as far as travel, entertainment, as far as the surge in the pandemic, and all other economic indicators, including unemployment and including all the other parameters that govern the economy. That's it, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you don't know anything about me, again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. I live the American dream. Check out my introductory video on the YouTube channel where you can learn more about how I achieved my American dream, and I want to help you do the same. So definitely check that out. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Please make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications, because that's how we grow as a channel. And we need your help for our channel, because it helps out the YouTube algorithm and it helps us show our channel to other people who might be interested in our content when you take the action of liking or subscribing or enabling notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new from this American Recovery video series. There is hope. We will make our way back. Some of us will get there faster than others, but we will make our way back. And I want you to know that I will be there with you and I will guide you every step of the way, because it is now time to talk of recovery. It is now time to gradually get back to normal as best as we can in a manner that is as safe as possible. It is now time to talk about stimulus checks and unemployment benefits less and less, and talk about getting back to normal, talk about the road to recovery more and more, and I will help you get there. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, please click like, please click subscribe, please enable notifications. I look forward to seeing you in the next video at ignition time. Thanks. Bye.